Here we are, ladies and gents, in the fourth quarterfinal, and maybe the quarterfinal that people have been waiting for the longest once they saw it play out. We've got the Viper here in the yellow, playing as the Georgians. Viper has not lost a game yet so far in Warlords. He, of course, also did not have to qualify. He just 4-0'd Nikov, and Nikov looked good. But Viper, he was up against a player he had a really good results against over a long period of time in Nikov. And that would be the same for him here up against DauT. They've been playing competitive Age of Empires 2 before 2012. DauT's been back to the early 2000s. Viper, I think, started in something like 2010. He just didn't become a god until around 2012. And they had played each other in dozens of sets, hundreds of games, and it is usually Viper who gets the edge over DauT, especially in the big moments. But DauT always makes it competitive, and they understand each other. So I imagine there could be some level of mind games here. We've got Viper going for the DauT on this side here on Spiral. And then DauT will do the same. DauT playing as the Hindustanis here. And the water's pretty far away, as you can see. What ends up being closer for these two is actually the berries and the deer. And as we've said many times on Spiral, this can always change. Usually the water is closer, though. So this definitely makes these guys have to adapt a little bit more. Viper has the dock up way faster and will have the fishing ship up faster because the Georgians start with the mule cart. DauT did also pick Georgians in his draft. The first two picks, players could go for a free pick of what's remaining. And, DauT's going to try and steal this, but I think it's worth noting if Viper wins this and someone out there wants to say, oh, man, Georgians are so busted, which I could see the arguments. DauT will also have Georgians available for a future game. Do love how players are sending 2 vills here, especially if you're walking this far. You've got to take 2 vills there so your villager doesn't get sniped. Viper never went to his berries to get the cow and the sheep, which is a bit interesting. Normally, that's the first thing that people do. I know initially, though, he was looking to get his dock position. And actually, Viper just brought 1 villager, by the way, guys. So I would consider that a little bit of a risk. Okay, what is this? What is this? Guys, I think it was a great play from DauT to prioritize finding the cow and the sheep. And Viper just, wandering around, ends up finding the cow and the sheep anyways, even though he didn't go over there to take them. He might be like, are these mine? Oh. But DauT knows he lost them, and DauT's like, no, those are mine. And Viper's like, hello. This is not a Georgian scout for DauT. This is a Hindustani scout. And DauT saw the villager moving from Viper. Viper gets the cows and the sheep back. DauT's going to be thinking, please be in feudal age faster. All right, he's hoping, I hope I'm in feudal age faster. Viper is blocking with the fishing ship. And DauT cannot escape right now. Beautiful play from the Viper just to weaken up that scout a bit. That could pay off here because, like I said, DauT will be in feudal age a little bit faster. Now, I wonder if DauT knows what that villager is doing. Because that villager was leaving the protection of this pond and was walking this way. Now, sometimes we've seen a new meta here on like Kawasan, and I think Spiral is similar, where you could go for a fast scout archer play. But Viper walks over here, and is DauT on point today? He is. And he's going to see that Viper's dropped the dock, and that dock will lead to a fire galley from Viper at some point. Actually, see how he cancels the barracks. Make the fire galley. And that is probably the perfect moment to just really remind you guys what these players are trying to do in these games, right? How you spend your resources and when you spend your resources, critical. And so Viper's barracks delayed because of the fire galley. And then DauT is just going to leave his pond. He's probably going to just give up his fish. And DauT's advantage would be the spears and the scouts being out already. Thank you to some of the primes that came in as well. I missed some of your names. Appreciate the love. To those watching later on YouTube, I haven't forgotten about you. Thank you for that as well. It's always so cool to see, especially as weeks go on, the videos getting more views because people maybe put them in queue and watch maybe one series every day, a game or two every day, depending on what they have time for. People in my Twitch chat will say you smell. But that's just a meme. You don't actually smell it. If you do, take a shower, but I'm going to assume you're good there. DauT thinking maybe he needs to kill these fishing ships right now, but it's going to be hard for him because this isn't all terrain that the scouts can walk on. And DauT, probably the correct play to just give up on his fish. But that does tell Viper exactly what the job is for him now, and that is just defend for a moment. I love this from DauT. DauT brings his spears forward, and he says, "You shall not take those deer, my friend." Meanwhile, DauT's deer are around. He's actually taking the berries, but you can't poke the berry bushes with the spearman. You can't do a similar thing, so just denying resources from Viper is kind of the key for him here. Viper choosing to mill at home, so this tells me it'll be mainly farm focus from him, which is fine. The only kills we've seen in this game have been the fishing ships. And Viper's fishing ships still kind of being microed around awkwardly, but, you know, it feels like DauT is really focused on this. I would be a little scared at walking around that dock too many times because Viper could make a demo. Viper's going to have his scouts and his spears on the way over. And DauT also getting his walls down here too. Any guesses on what army comp we're going to see in the Castle Age here, guys? If you want to get ahead of the game, go for it. I don't know. I have a unit in mind. I feel like we've seen a lot on this map. Both civs, though, have bonuses for cavalry here. So, the Hindustanis, especially, you would expect to maybe make some camels, and Viper, he makes a demo because DauT was lurking around for too long. I guess DauT might think, oh, that's fine. He made a demo. I'll just never go back over there. Viper drops a market here. Cav archers versus cav archers, says Moai. Yeah, I think because of the distance and the fact that they're walled, that's exactly where my mind is at as well. I think a cav archer war would make sense. Like, cav archers with Georgians also regenerate HP over time. A lot of people forget that. They just think about their knights. DauT always playing so safe, has Spearman out in defense, and hasn't really been the most aggressive of games, just I think because of the distance of these two. The full walls need to happen for Viper. He does have a spear around to protect. Still has a spear around to protect here, what's left of his fish. And both players using the market right now. It's kind of funny because that was at the same time, so if the players were looking at the prices, it would have actually shown that the opponent was using the market. And Viper did sell 100 of his stone. And I actually think playing 100 or selling your stone on this map is something you need to resist the urge with, because TCs on the extra stones and golds are really valuable. You're just simply going to run out of your stone and gold otherwise. So good thinking from DauT to hold on to his stone. DauT clicks up faster than the Viper here. And you might be like, well, hold on a second. I've looked at the resources collected. Vipers had fishing ships. Like, what's the deal, T90? And I think part of it, I don't think it's everything, but part of it comes down to the fact that DauT has cheaper villagers. He also didn't make, I don't think he's made quite as many scouts. I think he just made one less than Viper, but in the end, not a big deal. Viper's going to mine back some of that stone. And I'm waiting for archer range drops from both of them behind their walls here. DauT's situation, it doesn't seem that natural, actually. DauT's going to make a fire galley here. And try his best to disrupt Viper's fishing eco. And another scout from Viper. Scout and adapt is just like a perfect play for Viper style. The Viper sees this right now. He's trying to get in close. He's trying to actually block the attack from DauT. It's pretty funny, but he's going to lose the fire there. Nice shot from DauT. But I mean, Viper, I don't think he really cares about these fishing ships. He'd love to still use them. So killing this would be massive, and he's going to do just that. DauT should just stop making fire galleys at this point. That dock's going to go down. Let me look at the scouting from DauT. So he sees this gold. He's actually going to TC the front. I don't mind this. I actually think this is really nice. It's an area that Viper's going to be running around a lot. And that's a lot of food still. We've got 1,300 food from the berries. We've got 700 food from the deer, so 2k food available. It does bother me when players don't fully wall with a gate in front of their TC, though. If Viper sees that, he may look to pressure. Viper sees the TC there. Viper. Wow. He goes fortified church, fortified church, fortified church. And the fortified churches increase the work rate of villagers around them. So usually you're just seeing 1. But Viper goes for 3. So it's increasing the work rate of 8 vills, the work rate of, say, 12, the work rate of maybe 10. And he is also going to drop TCs. So this is Viper just going as economic as possible, and he's going to take DauT's idea and TC here, and then also TC in here. But basically, no long-term goal control for Viper then. And DauT as well. Like, neither player really prioritizing that, which is... It tells me maybe the approach of taking the risk to go out to the sides is not something that these players deem worth it. I think we might even see another church go up. So, I mean, Viper's collected almost 1,500 more resources at this point. But he is going to need to find an answer to camels. Like, staying on stable units long-term against Hindustanis is really tricky. Now, what I'd love to see from DauT is consider the 4th TC and consider the 5th TC. Hindustani vills are so cheap. I said it when Hera was playing Leary. It's just like... It's such a good civilization to boom with. Look at Viper dropping a TC here. Do you guys think Viper placed his TC here and not on the gold because it's next to the church? I would guess that he probably did that for that reason. The gold is still more exposed there, though. Might deem it worth it. And there goes the villager down there to light cav. Viper's going to lose his fish now, potentially. He doesn't really care, I'm sure. And it's just light cav and monks. Guys, this first game has played out in ways... Oh, actually, there's units in the back of Viper's base. Viper forces DauT to delete there. This game has played out thus far in a way very similar to Nikov's first game against Viper. And Memb and I were talking about it, and we were just like, that is the perfect type of game for the Snake. I think the games where Viper could struggle with, the first game of the series, is highly aggressive strategies. And I would say the problem for DauT is he's typically very macro-oriented as well. He could be aggressive, don't get me wrong, but he and Viper are very similar, actually, in terms of their approach. DauT needs a quick wall, though, and he doesn't notice there's a hole there, and now the light cav are in. And frustrating times for DauT as Viper finds some value, and it's more value than DauT was able to find with his camel army. And there's still no full wall. Like, you have to full wall. You cannot let these light cav escape at the very least. A rewall behind would be amazing. House? Well, Viper. Oh! Whoa. I think, okay, I did see that one. I think DauT might have brought his camels back through that hole, but Viper says just passing. He just escapes. Oh, man. And light cav are just a little bit faster than the camels, and Viper's having fun with this one. And Viper's going to drop a dock there? Guys, Viper's got 3 on gold, but he does have 2 relics. He doesn't have many of the other relics scouted, but oh my god, this is so Viper, man. It's so greedy, but if he could do it, he's going to do it. I would say, you know, they've been around for so long. Viper is especially greedy these days, right? He's obviously has the tools to be aggressive. In Hera's interview, he said that he's only adding TCs and being greedy because people come so aggressively against him. I don't know what comes first, the chicken or the egg, the aggression or the, you know, the turtling. I personally feel like the way the game's designed, as Hera and Viper have shown us, is if you could take small advantages in economy, you should always do it. And that's kind of what we're seeing right now from the Viper. He did find another relic over here. DauT needs to think about a TC in this area, and he's going to do so. That's a good TC. This is the type of TC we've been calling for DauT for some time here. Viper's just going to try and build churches and docks everywhere, but Viper's distracted here. And that's very sloppy from him. He's going to lose 2 monks. Actually, he's going to lose 3. He got very fortunate to get a conversion here. And Viper tries to get the quick walls down on this villager. And obviously, Viper's going to make a demo here. More conversions, but I don't think this is bad for DauT at all. Like, killing off those monks, which is basically Viper's only army, is really solid. These churches might fire arrows, but they don't really fire a ton of arrows. Oh, man. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no! Viper lands a demo. How many times do you think DauT is thinking freaking Viper, man? I think between these two, there's so much history. DauT is extremely focused and serious in these scenarios, don't get me wrong. But I feel it as a caster, you just gotta be like, just stop it, man. What are we doing? Viper fails to get a conversion. Viper trying to lure these camels away. And Viper needs to quick wall here. And beautiful little quick walls there from Viper to make sure this TC goes up. That's been the risk, in my opinion. As he actually makes blacksmith walls. Did he have a blacksmith? He actually needs blacksmiths. Might actually be worth it to build both of those for upgrades. He hasn't had a single blacksmith upgrade this whole game. DauT right now actually just getting his first blacksmith upgrade. More conversion attempts here from Viper, who is 4 relics behind all this. Gets 2 conversions. Loses 2 monks, though. Pretty costly losses. And Viper, he's going to find himself on the way to Imp. And everywhere DauT goes, he is just going to see some type of control from Viper, which is going to make life awkward for him. He's trying to do a lot, but it always feels like Viper is there. Going to the middle now is going to feel weird. Left side, maybe an area where he can attack. And Viper's got a monk here, and Viper has pikemen around. So again, just not an area where DauT can have an easy time. And Viper's imping now. Viper had what, like 5 light cav, 5 monks, 5 pikes, a couple demos this game. It really has been mainly economy. And he has a fortified church everywhere. Talk about taking advantage of the Georgian church work rate, guys. I think this is probably the greatest example of the Georgian work rate bonus in a competitive game since the Georgians have been introduced. I mean, I'm talking like big tournaments, not just trolley ranked games. 8? This one, I guess, increases the work rate of 2 vills, but DauT needs to force the issue somewhere, and he knows that. And camels are still a good thing for his civ. He shouldn't give up on that just because he sees a couple pikes. He has an answer to those pikes in gunpowder. And DauT, hoping to force the issue, is going to drop a castle here. This castle protects this area where there's stones and golds, and DauT clicks up to Imp. Oh, no. Every time DauT is playing, there's always a castle that one might question. Is this another instance of it? It's at 90%. 2 of the vills got converted. It's fine, guys. It's fine. The camels will come back. They just didn't want to switch sides. It's completely fine. Castle goes up. There was never a doubt. Over here, it looks like Viper denied that relic. I'm sure he has a monk on the way already. Watch, this is going to be it. The Viper says, all right, I'm going to go take that. Crazy the amount of things that they're controlling at the moment. And DauT's going to be like, what? I have cheaper vills. How is he up right now? How is he imping? It's got to be such a demoralizing thing to see right now if you're DauT. And Viper's going to have Halb, so camels can't engage. He's going to have Trebs. And he will also complete chemistry to go for hand cannons. And oh my god, DauT. Oh my goodness. Guys, we've seen traps before from Viper, and that was almost a complete masterpiece. If that gate went down, there would have been boom, 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 3 gates around, and those camels would have never survived. Viper raiding over here. Castle over here, which DauT can't exactly stop. And I think DauT should just assume that this castle is going to go down. You just have to. Another castle DauT's building that is temporarily denied. That seems to be a theme. You could tell what DauT's thinking, though, right? Camels with 9-range hand cannons with Hindustanis is the way to play it. The problem is, all the momentum is with Viper. And Viper's going to be pressuring both sides. Guys, Viper is firing on all cylinders. I can't keep up with all the things that are really happening here. Look, it's like he's never surprised. And here he can get a conversion. Loses the monk. Those camels are so weak. DauT's castle on the right, or in the north, will not complete conscription. And now Viper already has trebs prepared for this castle. It's just crazy. And in all fairness to DauT, like, Viper has resources to spend. And Viper's even added a cannon galleon to use from the water to range buildings here. I don't know if I've seen cannon galleon here yet. He's got cannon galleons on both sides just to control the pawns. It makes sense. Every time I look to the left, the left or the right, sorry, both players are getting text, but DauT is just not able to take stone and gold like Viper can. And DauT is just getting picked apart everywhere. Like, there are yellow units everywhere you look. Viper is looking in such good shape here today, guys. I know there's some question. Like, Marguku was like, well, you know, Viper's not as active right now. And, you know, obviously, some results recently Viper would have been disappointed by. Maybe the Hidden Cup semis. But, man, oh, man, is this insane. The multitasking's on point. The army comp and the techs are on point. It just feels near perfect. It's a near perfect game. And I'm not really sure what I could say that DauT could do differently. He's trying everything that he should be doing here. The upgrades and the hand cannons and the bombard cannons here. That's the key. He's doing that. It's kind of interesting. Viper only has 4 on gold. It's actually a really big deal. He must have just built something on gold. That's gone back up now. And hold on. DauT is holding. May lose this castle to a cannon galleon, but he also may not. Hand cannons are the way. Chittagni is in now for DauT. He's got 9-range hand cannons. There are no camels anymore for DauT, so maybe Viper could consider going into Cav. Villagers go after the cannon galleon, and the villagers now can't get the cannon galleon. No! And Viper still losing trebs, but still trying his best to just take out this castle. Feels like with villager repairs, you could maybe hold for a moment. And if DauT loses the castle, DauT will have... Well, soon he's going to have 0 castles. Viper's bringing more units over here. Oh, he took out a bombard cannon with a treb. And DauT's castle is at an HP where it's not going to stay up any longer. Viper's trebs stay up. The castle goes down. Over here, this castle's going to go down. Over here, Viper's dropping another castle. It is like they're not playing the game by the same rules here, guys. And the bombard cannon went down there from DauT as well. Viper's all over him now. It's going to be Viper's win to start off the series here. Just crazy stuff. Dang, man. Like this. So I said when I saw Sebastian play in the first round, there's the GG, that like I felt like possibly a top 5 or top 6 level. So I'm going to say this about Viper. Don't normally say this, but like, because you just assume Viper's going to do Viper things. That was some of the best I've seen Viper play in a while, man. I mean, that was just that was insane. DauT had a solid game, right? What you're expected to see today. DauT is an incredible player, but Viper's playing like that. This series might be painful. Viper's got a church everywhere he's taking resources. He's also taking resources seemingly everywhere. He also got 5 relics. He also placed the perfect castles at the perfect times. That was unbelievable. Well played to Viper there. Let's look at the resources collected there. 53,000 resources collected. DauT's eco was good as well. It's just he couldn't win a fight. And the first moment, the big moment there for DauT, where he wanted to finally take some type of control, was this castle. He was thinking, I drop the castle and then I reach Imp before him. And instead, he dropped the castle and Viper was already waiting for him on the way to Imp. Beautiful play. Now, here's the positives for DauT. That was Viper's very first Sid pick. And the majority of people believe that Georgians are busted. Okay? Game number 2. And, well, what I just said was, guess what? DauT's got Georgians too. And he goes for Georgians right away. DauT wins this game. And then it's just a fresh best of 5, right? Now loses this game. He's lost his top pick that Viper already got a win with. And yeah, it's going to be a real gut punch for him being down 2 games to the Viper. Hard to see Viper here, but I don't want to change him off of yellow. So I will be sure to see all the details, okay? I won't miss a damn thing. See that? Go. See that? Go. 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 You know who's controlling it? Go. Viper's played really good today. And I'm excited to see where he chooses to take his wood. He's already back here. So you start with the extra food with Lithuanians, which allows you to go to wood a little bit earlier. The Georgians start with the free lumber camp, which means you just don't have to go to food at all. Or sorry, you don't have to go to wood at all. It's just like, again, the cav regenerates. You have the fortified churches, yes. But really, guys, I think it is their economy that is what sets them apart. And DauT has not had to chop a single... Well, that's not true. He did chop 18 wood here. And he could still make a barracks. Okay, I've noticed something. DauT has collected, it says 18 wood, but this tree has 83 wood. So apparently there's only 17 wood remaining on this tree, but DauT had 18 wood. What happened? What happened? Was there another tree? I don't think so. He's gone to wood now, and DauT's up. And yes, man. Georgian man-at-arms. Yes. I have a video I was going to make about this strategy because everyone's expecting scouts, right? Because you could build that barracks so early, and you don't need to prioritize wood and other resources. You can still get the food, and you can surprise your opponent with man-at-arms. And what are people going to do when they just expect you to go scouts? They're going to chill. And they're going to push the zebra. This is the type of thing. This man-at-arm play... Actually, hold on. Is it even man-at-arms? Okay, I'm sounding like an idiot right now. I thought it was going to be man-at-arms. But still, any type of surprise is exactly what DauT is going to need against Viper today. Have Viper assume one thing's coming. Have him be greedy. And then surprise him with something else. I think Spearman Archer still just as... Well, not just as effective, but still very effective. There's a chance if DauT makes his archery range in the wrong spot that he could have units trapped in this area. So he needs to make sure he doesn't build the archery range up against these trees. Yeah, and he thought about that. Good work. Remember that time I said Viper would be surprised? Well, he sees this. No surprises here, but Viper just now dropping the barracks. So Viper, he's going to be 2 military buildings behind. Did Viper see the gold? He didn't see the gold. A lot of people have been going Spearman Archer. Just in general on Haboob and Alpine because they like to smother the opponent with that. I would guess that that's what Viper is assuming right now, and he will go for a range to go for his own Spearman Archer. Or, sorry, Spearman Skirm. I think Skirm just happens to be really, really strong here, though. If DauT is going archers. Like, DauT would essentially need archer combined with scout. And Viper still hasn't scouted DauT much. And he's looking around. Someone says, why is it called Haboob? I think if you search for Haboob, you might want to use safe search and not go to images. But no, I'm pretty sure Haboob is either a type of tree or like a region in, I think, Africa? Forgive me if I'm wrong. Yeah, I wouldn't, again, I might not go to images there. It's a dust storm? Oh, okay, okay. It's a dust storm. That's what it is. My bad. I actually had searched for it at one point, wondering the significance of it, and I saw some of the regions where that would happen, so. But I don't think that would happen primarily then in Africa. It probably happens in a lot of different areas. It's a little embarrassing as a streamer to, you know, make such claims and then immediately be proven wrong. But, yep, that's my life. And this is DauT's life. This is why I was kind of hoping for a little bit more aggression with the fast uptime. He just runs forward with 2 archers, and he's going up against Lithuanians. Lithuanians have the fast skirmishers, but then again, they also have the fast spears against any scouts. DauT gets a quick wall down, but an amazing start for Viper here. Good news for DauT is he could just kind of wheel this mule cart away, and his eco's still pretty efficient. Bad news for DauT is Viper knows it's going to be archers and scouts combined. I love this from Viper. Type a 1 in chat if you've ever seen Viper not pre-wall something just because he could quick wall like a god. And then there's an instance where he gets caught out and you're like, well, he is human. That was really bad. Yeah. So this is high level stuff. You've got to pre-wall it. And he's pretty much pre-walled this as well. And he saw the scouts coming this way, so he knows the scouts will be here. And DauT thinking I should maybe take fights because my scouts regen, or maybe he's just distracted, guys, but he loses the scout. And this series has just been all Viper so far. I'd love to find more positives for DauT, but I'm just not really seeing it. You know, the eco's not looking as sharp as Viper's is. The military count is certainly not as sharp as Viper's is. And Viper is slowly breaking through here. I mean, DauT has to force down these houses with multiple vills. They're getting weakened over time. And this is a heartbreaker. Because, you know, Georgians was #1 pick for both. So to lose your #1 pick and then be down 2-0 against the Snake, it's going to be so tough. And Viper just says, I'm just going to make more all the time. I'm always going to have another spear, always going to have another skirm. DauT has found no damage. DauT loves his man-at-arms more than a lot of other pros do. Look at how many units Viper has here. I actually wouldn't mind Viper coming forward and building a tower here. Feels like you've got a lot of map control. But yeah, DauT likes his man-at-arms, and that's what I was thinking originally to spice it up. Archers just never found the timing. And DauT says... I think DauT, realizing this is bad for him, is going to do what one should do when you realize you're behind. You should just try and damage control whatever creative way you can and go to their base. Oh, baby. Things are about to get interesting here. Viper sees scouts and he sees archers. Now, DauT has no defense for this, so he needs towers. The good news for DauT is if the tower's up, like spears and skirms don't kill vills that quickly, so Viper probably have to leave. Viper is already building a tower on that wood line, though. DauT hasn't seen where Viper's taking wood this whole game, by the way. So he doesn't know about that. But then Viper can't easily protect the berries. Is it still doable? Yes. But he could also lose his whole army if he's distracted, and Viper is a little distracted. Nice micro from DauT. Viper's units aren't finding much damage. And DauT may be feeling like there's a bit of an opportunity for himself here. Yep. Weakens some of the spears, snipes off the spear. And Viper can't take gold at the moment, but neither can DauT. You could tell he was trying to build another mule cart there. DauT should just take this gold, honestly, if he thinks of it. That gold's still near the tower. And it's Skirm v Archer. It's Spear v Scout. DauT. Yeah, he's going to win the fight. DauT wins the fight. That's a really nice engagement for him, especially having so many scouts remaining. Now, Viper's got to think about maybe making more spears and skirms or maybe coming home. And DauT's going to be making more archers and more scouts here. Such a good job from DauT to still give himself a shot in this game. This counterattack changed things, guys. But this attack is really not, you know, it hasn't killed vills. And it's not accomplishing much more right now. DauT would need to send more units forward. DauT's favorite building's going up, the market. He adds a few more farms. He will also go to this gold. All makes perfect sense. Viper might need to wall this area. Like, I think if Viper walls this, he actually then should loop around to maybe hit DauT on this side. Because there's no risk of DauT coming through the middle. DauT sees an opportunity to kill this army here because Viper's left it on its own. This army will ultimately die. And Viper still has this area open, should wall it up, and he's headed over to DauT's base. I think DauT senses this, though. And DauT Would need to build another tower, probably. And another tower here would actually make things pretty reasonable. But maybe he didn't expect it. Loses 2 scouts. So here's the problem. DauT's like, okay, now we counterattack. Now we counterattack. Let's go. He's come to my base. We did this before. We do it again. And now there's a stone gate going up. It's not completed. And there are houses that DauT could maybe batter down. But DauT's eco is so exposed right now. He did lose a villager here a moment ago. You could see her on the ground there. This villager will definitely die as well. Viper should know he needs to defend here. Viper's going to drop a tower. DauT's going to drop a tower. And Viper is trying to get his way up to Castle Age here. And DauT is going to send everything. This is what you have to do against Viper, especially after how this game has gone and the way the series is looking right now. If DauT didn't continue to pressure... Oh, he can't get through. I don't know. I think you just got to keep going. You got to find a way. You have to hope you can. Viper's defended so nicely with this tower and with the gate. And picks off this 4th villager now. But DauT's nowhere close to clicking up. 5th villager now. Viper is just picking DauT apart. And there's another tower from DauT. I guess that's so he can break through the house and eventually get into Viper's eco. But by the time DauT gets in, Viper could have knights. And this army would be pretty vulnerable against knights. Dang, it was just that the start wasn't the best for DauT with losing his army. And then it was all Viper for a very long time. DauT found a way back in this game. And he will clear this up finally. But man, Viper and Castle Age could do some crazy, crazy things. We are going to see a tower from Viper. He has to play it safe. He will only have 1 stable. So it won't be a lot of knights. Here, the skirms get picked off. Good from DauT. These scouts could come over then. And work together here with these archers. DauT snipes one of Viper's farms. 60 wood down the drain there for Viper. Tower up, though. DauT will see Castle Age when he's not even close, and it's not going to make him all that comfortable. But he's still got to fight here. I think selling off his wood, buying some food to maybe try and get up to Castle Age himself would be great. Oh, no. He just saw this tower. Remember, he didn't know Viper was taking wood here until now. I think Viper assumed that he knew. Oh, no. And Viper's just going to make his own tower. Viper's Knight will clean up the scouts. This tower's gone down. This tower's just going to go down. These villagers are all exposed. The DauT still hasn't clicked up to the next stage. So DauT is destined to lose 6 more villagers here. His tower will go up, but it doesn't deny Viper's wood income. And, I mean, he just hasn't killed a vill from Viper. It's just perfect from Viper to get the, you know, the proper amount of damage in each time. And DauT scouts will hope to distract. His tower will go down, though. Viper's tower is firing on vills. DauT is repairing. DauT is desperate. There's knights around still. Viper still has not lost a villager. And he might never lose a villager at this rate. And I think Viper's going to be up 2-0. DauT is just not going to be able to survive this, guys. You lose this many vills and you're still 2 minutes from Castle Age, it's a disaster for you. Viper's played amazing here. He just matches up so nicely with DauT because he is a little bit greedier. And I think his micro is also superior. So the fights that Viper does take tend to be a little bit better. And then he tends to take some slight advantages with the economy. That's the way I would describe the two of them. Obviously, there's the speed factor that allows that, but DauT's going to fight on, guys. This is a big moment for him. He's always so motivated when he plays Viper. I once said, well, maybe I'll tell the story in between games. But I've talked to DauT about it, and he's like, yes. He's like, okay, on paper, I get it. For casters to say that Viper's the favorite when we play. He's like, but when I play, he's like, my mindset is always, I'm going to kill that mother. And he's like, and that is how I have to play. He's like, because if I don't play that way, if I don't think that way at my age, you know, with all this talent around me, I'm not gonna be at the top anymore. He's got a real competitive spirit, but he should recognize now that this game is probably over. I mean, Viper's got 2 relics. That was an actual DauT quote, by the way, which I think is pretty epic, by the way. I really respect that, the level of intensity that he'll show, because you can easily let, oh God, you can easily let the history of 2 players, the history of yourself, you can easily let it get in your head. DauT is going to come forward to drop a castle. He is going to try and castle drop Viper because he knows he's behind. But I think Viper knows that DauT's about to drop the castle, and Viper says, gotcha! And Viper was prepared the whole time. And DauT, known for his excellent strategy and not so excellent castles, is going to fail this castle in game number 2, as Viper's castle will go up faster. That is just too funny. And the GG's called. Well played from Viper there. I mean, I was just going to point out, you know, DauT and Viper had both been on stone for a while. And a way to come back into the game would be to castle drop someone's face. And also, a castle being up with the Georgians could make Manaspa. Manaspa a really strong unit. So, I wonder if Viper usually stays on stone that heavily against someone else. Certainly here against DauT, it made a lot of sense. Yes, the age-old DauT quote is, he builds castles to end games. In this case, it ended it and Viper won. Great play from Viper so far. I really just think, you know, back to the opening, I got so pumped about the opening, and then it was just kind of like, you know, like fast archers. By the time he got the archers forward, Viper already had skirms because Viper scouted. I mean, Viper didn't scout the early barracks, right? And I thought maybe the early barracks would have a role. It's just Viper adapted super well to the situation. And Viper looking good. Viper has not lost a game in this tournament, by the way. 4-0'd in the round of 16, now up 2-0 here on DauT. So Viper collecting about 1,000 more resources there, but you could tell how much more balanced his eco was. More food and more gold there for Viper. Viper doing Viper things right now and looking sharp. DauT now obviously still has some tricks in the book, but it's going to be a tough one. But you got to take it one game at a time. All right, game number 3, and we're on Arena here. DauT's gone for the Turks, and Viper has gone for the Burgundians. Now, the last time we saw this matchup was Leary Andy, I think, in that crazy quarterfinal. And the Turks ended up winning with a low eco, high aggression approach. And the low eco, high aggression approach is how I feel you kind of have to play this. Now, here's the other thing. I think part of that's because the players are pretty close. Like, it gives you a lot more reason, a lot more potential for that aggression. In theory, you could go for light cav, try and fight for relics, and adapt over time. But guys, that's precisely what Viper is really, really good at. Booming, snagging the relics, taking small advantages towards late game. It has to be crazy here. Now, there's a build where you can go for the stable and you go for the castle drop, and the whole reason behind adding the stable is so you could protect your vills to build the castle on the front. If Viper gets castle dropped, his gold is brutal. DauT will know that, of course, but if DauT knew that, DauT would be licking his lips right now and thinking about a forward castle. So I think this matchup is fairly even. I think if you were to ask the more macro-oriented players like Viper, they would say they prefer Burgundians. But there's a lot of players out there who might say if Turks are played properly, the Burgundians can't beat them because of the gunpowder. So Viper would have a back gold. He would have a stone that is, you know, somewhat safe. He also currently has a deer that's trolling him, but it's not. It doesn't just end the game if the castle comes up. But I think that would be DauT's greatest chance. He has to get a castle up, though, and that's risky to send villagers out across the map. So, someone says, I very much enjoyed your Facebook era, even though the tech of it all was all bad. Well, that's good. I mean, you know, some percentage of people didn't know I was there. Some percentage of people just didn't want to be on the platform. Some percentage of people liked all of it. Some percentage of people liked most of it. But I think Facebook is just not a place to be streaming in 2024, you know? As I said, you know, I think it's really easy. I'm back on Twitch. I could be like, man, I'm so happy I'm back, which I absolutely am, and just forget about my time on Facebook. But I did also enjoy my time there, right? So I also got really annoyed with certain aspects of it. You know? It was far from perfect. Okay, so DauT 2 on gold has already queued up feudal and then the 2 vills after. This build, I think, okay, this is for a faster castle? Wait, what? I'm very confused now. All right, well, I would say that this build initially was going to be for a castle, and he's just going to go to stone super late with a bunch more vills. A normal castle build, you're going with 2 vills in Dark Age, and then you add 3 or 4 later. I was thinking DauT would go with like 8 of them or 10 of them. Now it almost feels like a scout build, but typically a scout build has eco behind it, which DauT is going to struggle with. So I wonder, guys, if DauT will actually go a couple Turk spearmen to protect the forward castle if he goes for that. We'll see. Meanwhile, Viper expecting some potential pressure and not even using the main golds and just macroing away. Penskinator, thank you for the 5 months. He says, ha, Penskinator used block ads effect. It's super effective. Yes, thank you for the prime. Ilurion says, thank you for the AoE love you share. Hearts, that was wholesome. Thank you. You're welcome. All right. Also, I think, like, Viper has maybe also gone up a Vill earlier than I'm used to seeing. Typically, you got like 3 or 4 farms with Burgundians. I think Viper's aware some pressure could come in. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so DauT is really going crazy. I think this is maybe the fastest he could do this. It is faster than Leary achieved it, but there's still some aspects of it that will be awkward here. But that is fast. Now, this whole game, you should pay attention at the bottom left and see what the resources collected look like. Because Viper has had Feudal Age Eco upgrades for, you know, most of the game. And DauT might not get any Eco upgrades. Okay, here's my take. Alrighty? Hot take on this build. If you're going up this fast, just bring 10 vills with Loom and don't even make this the barracks and the stable. Is that too hot? That might be too spicy. Actually, no, it's fine. Because Viper won't have Lycav until he's in castle. This is so quick, you might be able to go forward. But honestly, having the extra scouts and the Lycav on the field is probably really helpful against monks later. So I think the stable's actually... It's not just to protect the castle going up, it's to have some control. So. Alright, so when does DauT send the vills and which vills does he use? See, usually, guys, you look at vills and this is the description of their life. They stay on one task and they move a little bit, but they pretty much just work until they die. Sad life, right? DauT's villagers. These villagers will live a variety-filled life because he needs vills to go forward and he needs these vills to still be on stone. So these vills, they pull off of berries. These vills pull off of gold. And here he comes with 10 vills. And they're all going to go this way now. Pathing was a bit awkward. And these villagers will probably become miners. Now, I mentioned the variety of things these villagers are going to do as DauT gets Loom. And I'm going to show you DauT's eco. And DauT has now shifted the vills off of stone, and he's now gone to berries, and now he's not gone to gold. Because he needs food and gold for the Janissaries. So, like, the only villagers that are going to stay on one task in DauT's economy are really going to be these 4 lumberjacks. But that's actually perfect from DauT. And the Lycav protect the castle. He has the monastery. He has the castle. He has the position. It also is near some of Viper's extra stone. So Viper can't actually take a lot of stone long term. And let's see how Viper can get himself out of this one. Second TC for him. Viper's collected almost 1,000 more resources. But what is that going to actually lead to for him here? Kills the spear, tries to go for the Vil, and has to run away. And now DauT needs to use that castle to shoot a wall from Viper and break in. Now, usually you want the castle villagers to take gold, not stone. You don't necessarily need another castle. It does depend on what you want to do. Where is DauT going? Is he just going home? Huh? That's surprising. I feel like, you know, you don't want the push to stop here. Okay, so he's just going to walk home now. And take this gold. Instead of taking this gold, Viper will still maintain an active eco, and he will hope to snipe whatever he can with the Lycav. The Janissaries are the problem. I DauT's going to be buying food like crazy here. So what Viper will want is he'll want to eventually have a better imp time with his own castle to treb this down. That's essentially the goal. But how are you supposed to defend yourself when Lycav can snipe your monks and Janissaries can kill everything else? The answer is actually really good Lycav and monk control. That can't, in theory, do it. But I would say it's like a 70-30 advantage to the Turks with every fight. And DauT will not be building another forward castle. Viper should have an idea that those Vils aren't around anymore, because he's not seeing any movement. Not that Viper necessarily changes his mind on anything if that happens. Viper loses 2 monks. Great job from DauT there. DauT did just lose a monk of his own, though. And Viper trying his best to kill what he can, and he has to back away, and Viper loses his Lycav. It's all about the build-up for DauT of Janissaries. That's the key. The build-up of Janissaries. Viper should go to stone in a couple moments here. Wait, what? Viper's second stable makes me think he might consider going Cavalier upgrade, even. Like, he doesn't want to try and go imp. Like, he thinks that he can outproduce the castle of the opponent and maybe get some good surrounds with some strong army here. Maybe he just wants more Lycav production for now. Third stable for Viper. Okay. I mean, if DauT gets a ball of 12 Janissaries, the Lycav still struggle big time. There's no question. But DauT might not expect it, and DauT might try and go imp here. And to go imp, he might not make as much army. Because typically, again, as we said, as Viper loses his monk there, typically this becomes a race to imp. But it's like a race to imp, but you have to have enough army for the job. DauT's food eco is looking really nice. Still no eco upgrades, but it's pretty much expected. And Viper goes Cavalier. Wow, this is full Castle Age push from Viper then. And he's hoping to catch DauT out going imp. Because DauT has 2 choices. More army or a faster imp. And if DauT goes for the faster imp, he might not have enough army to stop Viper. Really unique play from Viper. I don't hate it. And what I love about it is how DauT will have no clue. DauT just thinks that Viper is trying to stop him from getting relics. And that Viper is booming behind there. And DauT might think the best thing he does to punish Viper is fast imp. You just can't produce a knight out of this because DauT will see it and then suddenly start to mass monks here and start to, you know, make more Janissaries. And Bulgarians get Cavalier and Castle Age. If DauT sent 1 Lycav back there to look and see what was happening, it would change this game so much. Like, him knowing would mean that he knows he needs to mass more army. But he doesn't know. He wants his Lycav all together here. DauT still can't get this relic or this relic. DauT buying resources, selling resources, going for the fast imp. It's so funny because DauT doesn't feel any need to look for anything because this is so uncommon. Did I say Bulgarians? Well, congrats to the people who noticed I said that. That was just a test to make sure you're paying attention. I meant to say Burgundians. Viper Probably needs +2 armor. Probably needs forging. But numbers are the most important. Another monk goes down for Viper. The fact that DauT hadn't, like, broken into Viper's base yet is wild to me. Like, there's so much potential for him to break over here, at least. But maybe because of the way Viper's buildings were set up, he never thought he could go through here. DauT's on the way to imp. He can absolutely win this game with this strat. Turks are just the best at this. He has 3 relics and Viper has 0. And he's going to be an imp in 2 minutes. He is making Janissaries. This unit is really solid. But if Viper gets a surround, if Viper can get on the other side of them, DauT could have some big problems. Blacksmith here from DauT, maybe just for armor. Wood upgrade from DauT. First eco upgrade of the game. He's looking here. He's like, I've got Viper exactly where I want him. Oh my god, what is Viper doing? What is Viper doing? Why does he have Vills exposed? Oh, crap! Cavalier are here? Oh, man, and Viper just killed another monk as well. And Viper tries to get the surround here. Didn't get the perfect surround initially on the other side of the Janissaries, but kills half the army. And the surprise works out for Viper. Now, will he be able to fight underneath the castle? And will he shift delete all the walls right now? Viper's making rams, guys. I think Viper will just say, boom, and all the walls are going to go down. Yeah, let's go. He says, you want to fight at my base? Next to my walls? Yeah. And now rams are on the way. And now Viper can escape to take some resources. And DauT actually has to, like, get some other unit out here. DauT cannot afford to deal with this much army. He can hop out of his castle and into his castle. That's essentially what he has to try and do. And Viper's eco is still flying, still here in Castle Age. Guys, DauT can still win this game, by the way. You notice how fast that Viper's units are dying here. Oh, God. But Viper... Oh, this is so smart. I would have gone to try and ram down the castle. Uh-oh, DauT. DauT, you gotta push. But there's also stuff coming to your base. Oh, no! Panic! Oh, that's so epic, man. That is so epic. The reason this strategy works really well from Turks is because their eco is safe. But if you just go into their eco to raid it, eco's not so safe anymore. And, oh, man. DauT has to bring his army home now. And DauT's on the way to try and protect this eco, but this is going to be rough. Viper pulling ahead. Remember, 3 TCs for Viper now. Producing Vills this whole time. If you have to use your all-in push to come home at any point, never a great sign. Viper still only killed a couple Vills. DauT has really good monk control here. And DauT still has an army that Viper can't fight straight up. DauT, if he can get 1 or 2 traps with this army on the front of Viper's base, could absolutely win this game. Viper just has to keep DauT in his base for as long as possible. Look at this micro. I'd be so annoyed right now if I were DauT. Vipers, light cav, looking for monks. Just passing there. Doesn't get the monk. Cavalier is still hiding back here. DauT gets the rewall with 8 Vills. Kills the ram with 5 Vills. As a monk garrisoned, and it's messy, but he's got his forward. Kind of. Now, you're committed to this if you're Viper. There's no going back, really. You just have to continue to do this. It's 3 TCs versus 1, so Viper's eco will continue to get progressively ahead. And the main difference, army-wise, would be... Well, Janissaries are very good, of course, but the fact that DauT can make trebs. But DauT needs to come... He needs to leave his base right now. And he looks like he killed one of the Cavalier, and the other one Viper's still nerding out with. And this monk is on the way. Viper is being... If you have the nerdy mode, can you use it, please? Viper's being a massive nerd. I mean, and that's, of course, a compliment. He is just really nerded out here with the micro, and it's made it so annoying for DauT. Don't tell me this Cavalier kills the monk. Okay. Like, I feel quite bad for DauT because I've been there. But, like, okay, now that you have the walls up, again, you have to push immediately. You don't give any attention to any of this. You do not push this. You push the heart of Viper's eco now. With your treb and with your monks. And Viper should know this is coming. The castle is an especially important part of any of these pushes, and so DauT is going to fight near his castle. I think this is a pretty good fight for DauT. DauT gets some conversions on Cavalier and doesn't lose any Janissaries, and suddenly Viper, again, he's stuck in the same option. There's no switching out of this. If anything, you just make more Cavalier. Maybe Skirms, but I don't think that's good. Viper's TCs are going to start to go down. Remember, this gold is kind of an issue for Viper. He won't be able to take that. He's out of the gold in his base. If he wins, this gold on the outside will end up being so important. And Viper's going to try again to break through. And Viper is basically doing that, hoping that DauT will leave this push. God, if DauT can convert these 3 Cavalier, what a game changer that would be. He might deny this castle. He doesn't see the Cavalier. He's pushing. He does see the Cavalier. DauT's getting castled now. Viper's not getting anywhere close to that with the Cavalier because he doesn't want to donate army to DauT. And now DauT says, fine, screw it. I'll go to your base. Dude, this is why Arena is awesome. Games like this in Arena are awesome. This is so fun. Castle will go up. DauT converted the Vills, but Viper's going to be through. DauT's monks are exposed now. But Viper's whole eco is exposed. Did Viper escape with enough eco here? He's looking for an escape on this side. There is an alarm going off, and it's like, alert! Alert! Please escape now! Save your children! Who gets killed faster here if both players are attacking the other without defense? Viper? Or DauT? I'm gonna say DauT because a lot of his eco is, I mean, there's just nothing. And Viper's got units spread out. But if DauT could escape this way, like if DauT could just bring his Vills here, this gets very interesting. Remember, Viper has eco in like 6 different spots. So DauT might not know where exactly to push. And then this eco is getting slaughtered. Oh, no. And this is kind of all of it for DauT. He's got to keep pushing. You can't come back. You can't come back home, DauT. You have to continue to push, but there's too many areas, I think. And Viper's even raiding here now. If only this castle would have been closer to the gold and not the stone. Oh, DauT down to 35 villagers. It's a slaughter here. But he has brought a Treb back to try and take out this castle from Viper. But his eco... Oh, no. He's down to 25 vills. He's got the stronger army, though, guys. He's just going to have to micro really well. Honestly, the Cavalier might be his greatest friend. Just send the Cavalier into random corners of Viper's base. But look at this. Viper's got eco spread out. All right. Well, DauT has 11 villagers. That was fast. Viper has 93. So that's kind of a big deal. Castle for Viper will definitely go down at some point. Unless he thinks he can take a fight. Which he might be able to. But Viper will know that DauT's got nothing at this point. Like, he's looked around. He's not seeing anything. And he's also kept a really close eye on this. Man, I wonder, like, if this wood line wasn't here, if DauT would have been able to castle there and take that gold this whole time. DauT sent the Cavalier that he converted into Viper's farming eco, which is the proper play. That way you can keep your ranged army alive and your monks there too. Viper's still buying himself time. Did defend his eco here. DauT, 39 population in a 36-minute game. This is fine. This is fine. All right. This is fine. Viper is about to steal his farms, but DauT didn't want those farms anyways. Let's be honest. It's all part of DauT's master plan, right? We believe. DauT's down to 4 eco. Oh, man. What is this? Viper with the elaborate monk trap, which is so insignificant, but he didn't give a crap anyways. Where are DauT's villagers at? Oh, okay, they're in the TC. It's all right. They have a home. Here comes DauT to kill Viper. I mean, there's a lot of eco over here. There's a lot of eco over here, guys. Can DauT do this? Who needs economy with Turks? He had enough economy to make the Trebs and the Janissaries. Here we go. This is it. This is everything DauT has. This is the moment. If DauT wins this fight, he's still probably in trouble. And I just think there's too many units from Viper. The Cavalier is strong enough. And the Trebs are going to go down. And Viper is never going to lose this TC in the first place. And DauT probably thinking, man, oh man, oh man. Freaking Viper. Oh man, he converted Vils. His economy has just doubled. Holy crap, he's rebooming. And he calls the GG. DauT ends the game on 7 Vils. But I have to say, like last time we saw this exact strategy, the winning player did pretty much the same thing as the Turks here. The 6 or 7 Janissaries, the adding the monks, the getting the relics, and the fast imp. And Viper said, I'm not going to go to imp at all. I'm just going to stay in Castle Age, and I'm going to spam Cavalier. And that was so good. And the best part about it was not like just one aspect. It was multiple aspects, to be honest. I don't know if this is near as successful if he doesn't have the RAM and the units running into DauT's base. That was so good. In fact, guys, if you go back, right? So, obviously, DauT's up at this point. But there's a point right here where Viper brings this one Vil and builds that workshop. And I didn't really point it out. I saw it in my peripheral vision. But, you know, he's taking the main fight. My thinking is the timing on this Ram was actually perfect. If he takes this fight and then sends the Vil, then, like, you know, by then, DauT came home with everything, right? DauT would have been able to maybe see it. You know, when he sees the first Ram, there wouldn't be units from Viper in DauT's base. But it was just, he had enough army here where DauT was distracted. The Ram busted open. Then DauT had to come all the way home. It was just so good from Viper. And Viper remains undefeated in this tournament and has looked really good, guys. He has looked really good on all maps. He's playing near his best. If not his best now, you know? Basically, with Viper, it's like you just assume he's not playing his best if he's not winning everything because he did that for so many years. I'm seeing some of the best Viper play I've seen in a long time right now. So, reverse sweep time for DauT. That's what I'm saying. DauT just needs to win 4 straight against the Viper. 38,000 resources collected there from him. Sick play, man. And here we go. Kind of the worst one to have a casting bug with because we missed the early stages here on Border Dispute. But we've got DauT 3 games down, unfortunately, for him. He's got 2 boars. And there's 4 at the start. But Viper didn't even take the boars right away. Viper actually came out and he built a dock. Dravidians get population space from their docks. And so, and also the shorefish food income for Viper is going to be pretty strong as well. This seems like a prepped strategy from Viper. Utilizing the shorefish and taking his time with the boars. Interesting. The reason everyone doesn't do this is because normally you build that lumber camp first. And now here comes DauT. Last time DauT played this, we saw a Vil War in the middle. But there's going to be what? 200 shorefish, or 200 food per shorefish. Viper's already taken about 200 food. And oh my god, DauT loses a Vil. And his scout. Oh man. Oh, but he's going to steal the boar. And I don't know if there's anything Viper can do about that. Okay. DauT steals the boar. And DauT's like, ha! At least I've got this. Take that, Viper. A little sloppy from Viper there. You could have killed the boar, but he didn't want there to be a lot of decay. Trying to take the patient approach. Boxing gloves are off. Viper doesn't have loom yet. He's about to get loom. DauT already has loom. And Viper's on the way to feudal age here. DauT will probably be up a bit later. Bengalis is a weird pick for this. I was expecting Bengalis on more of an arena style map. Or a water map. Those would be the more common maps for the Bengalis. You still get the additional Vils. Guys, stream's fine, right? No drop frames or anything? Okay, I think everything's fine. My battery backup just like flicked on, which of course it's there for a reason, but I just get paranoid, so. Cool. Okay, thank you. So what is Viper's plan here? Well, a demo would make sense if players are going to be out here. There's not a ton of food remaining, but I think still it's too tempting, and if you kill 3 more villagers at this rate, you're just going to have such massive lead. DauT might not be able to recover. You get plus 200 wood when you make it to the next stage with the Dravidians. So Viper has essentially used the flexibility of the Dravidians the whole way through this game, right? The early dock, as well as the 200 wood here, and everything's well timed. Viper is making a demo, and DauT might be a little tilted at the moment. DauT, if your opponent hits feudal and they have a dock, you need to leave, dude. And he's waited a little bit, and he's going to leave now. And Viper cancels the demo. I'd actually love that. Viper cancels the demo because he figures he doesn't need it anymore. It's really smart. A lot of people still just make the demo and have it there, but honestly, at this stage, you really need as many resources as possible, so. Viper, of course, has his scout. He saw everything in DauT's base. Saw DauT was on gold. Is DauT going fast castle here? I mean, guys, DauT is probably a little bit... He's going to want to take some risks. He's probably feeling a little disheartened right now, right? So if you're going to see some wacky strats... Yeah, my power is flicking off right now. Thank God for the battery backup. There must be a storm outside. If you're going to see some wacky extreme strategies, this would be the time. So he'll be dropping... He's trying to drop the market. Viper knew he was going to try and build something there. And so did the foundation. And, well... There's the market. This should tell Viper... Because there's no military buildings, what DauT is doing, and he's already bringing 2 villagers to try and pressure this gold in some way. DauT was probably going to want to sell that stone to get a little bit of extra resources to work with. And I'm just hoping at this point that my power lasts as long as DauT does in this game. This could be really tough for him to defend, but he gets the tower up. So, I mean, maybe... He's going to be able to make it to Castle Age. I don't know what he does exactly in Castle Age. He still doesn't have the food for Castle Age. But it is on Viper now to pressure DauT. Honestly, DauT should have gone full phosphor here, guys. A bit different, obviously, with the boars in the middle. DauT waiting, trying to get food. And he might need to Vil Rush this, because if Viper completes this tower, it'd be problematic. And okay, DauT has to use gold to buy stone for a tower, but now he doesn't have the gold for Castle H. So it takes him even longer. But Viper's going to build a tower here. And that was kind of a weird tower, so... Alright, DauT is up. Any guesses as to what DauT does in the next stage? Go ahead, guys. He's got 25 Vils. He's only 3 behind Viper. He will be in Castle Age way faster than Viper. He's got wood. And he's got gold. Don't say resigns, guys. Don't say resigns. Come on. Have some respect. What units does he make? Monks. Yeah, Monks makes a lot of sense. Monks makes a lot of sense. I mean... DauT's not really the player I would associate with really good monk control. But Bengalis are pretty ridiculous. And you do get the 2 extra villagers when you make it to the next stage as well. He has set up his base as one might do against an AI. And with, I don't know, they're going archers or something. He basically has made it so Viper can't threaten him at all. You could argue any military that Viper makes right now is a complete waste. Viper's got to be like, Watch DauT win this one. I just really hope that DauT doesn't wander across the water, because Viper will take any opportunity he can to go for demos. Oh, did you see it? Did Viper see it? I don't know if Viper saw that. DauT is going to try and go for a sneak push. Wow, look at this, guys. Super generous person in my chat says, T90 official, I will donate $100 million if a single knight is made in this game. Dang, well, thank you. That's very generous, considering both these civs can't make knights. You stole my joke from yesterday. Don't even... I shouldn't have read that. That's my joke. Tower from Viper. I like this tower because it at least pushes DauT off of wood. Does Viper see this? No, he does not. I think Viper senses it, though. Viper's like, where are the monks? Actually, at this point, Viper should start outposting out of suspicion. If you don't see anything, and he's been in Castle Age this long, you got to know he's hiding somewhere, right? Oh, God. Viper with the quick gate. Oh, God. DauT's got to be sick of this by now. DauT trying to run away. Viper harassing. DauT deletes part of his own wall to get back to the TC. DauT doesn't have the wood for a new lumber camp. Viper still in feudal, making scouts. Guys, I think DauT can win this game. Think about it this way, okay? It's 37 vills to 31, and DauT's an age up. If DauT converts 6 of Viper's villagers, it is a 12 villager swing. And Viper doesn't freaking know that DauT is over here. I mean, it's so funny that Viper's just walked underneath the TC. DauT should just come over here and just start converting some freaking vills. And then the vills are your warriors. DauT really needs to protect himself at home, though. Oh, gosh. Okay. Well, these guys are going to need some monks. And here we go! Surprise monkage! Yeah! And all of a sudden, Viper's on the way to Castle Age. DauT's on top of him. DauT's got villagers that could maybe start to mine his stone. And Viper's like, and he's going to drop towers. Meanwhile, DauT is, running around a lot over here because he can't take wood. So Viper built a farm there. That's unique. So, fun fact. With Redemption, you can actually convert towers. You have to be underneath the tower, and it does take a minute, like a little bit, but... you could just run underneath this tower and convert the tower. I think Siege is probably the safer bet, though. And man, is he going to pay for it, because villagers just have not been able to chop wood conveniently at all this game for him. But there's still a chance with the Mangonel on the way. Viper's done the right thing. He's ignoring the initial push for now. And he's still slowly chipping away at DauT's eco. I mean, DauT's only lost 3 villagers. Viper's also relocated. He's letting Hunt up here. He's chopping wood over here. Soon he might not be around his starting TC at all. This is DauT's point of view. He said with a lot of motivation that he was going to beat Viper today. His strategy is usually so on point. Honestly, I don't think it wasn't on point this game today. I just think Viper was on another level. Viper has just not looked like there's anyone that can stop him so far in Warlords 3, man. He's looked really good. All right, DauT. Now you're probably getting a little scared. Because there is a stable for the Viper. So Viper might consider the light cav upgrade and start to use his scouts at home now. There's the light cav upgrade. But 4 light cav is not enough for 11 monks. DauT, don't kill your own units here. Viper kills one and runs away. Viper needs to hide this demo. Oh god, where's DauT going? DauT is sending vills from his base to Viper's base. Well, I mean, chop wood over there, honestly. That makes sense. Oh god. Oh my god, the demo. You almost ran right into it. That would have been bad. The light cav see this. Lots of weak villagers here from before, but only one's going to go down, and the rest are just here to chop trees. And there they go. There's the lumber camp. Viper's Lycav will dive. DauT with the quick walls. Whoop! Double towers as well. I don't think Viper really kills much here if DauT garrisons, but forcing DauT to garrison means he can't really make as many monks. I don't know, like Viper's food eco isn't that good, guys. I know it's been a weird game, but it does feel like in some ways that maybe DauT can do this. Maybe. Viper's done a good job. He just used the demo on the dock. That wasn't a good job, but just building food eco elsewhere. Just avoiding the main push, and he's being patient with his siege. DauT only has 1,600 gold remaining there. That's actually not a lot. And now Viper is no TC gaming. This is such an interesting game. DauT did not expect there to be siege from Viper. It's rare for anyone to ever make siege when someone's making this many monks because of the threat of redemption. Convert the tower, DauT. Convert the tower. Convert it. Oh, he doesn't have redemption. I'm stupid. Yeah, okay. Does he think he has it? Nah, I think he's just looking for these Lycav right now. There it is, though. The problem becomes, if Viper has had time to mass more Lycav, Viper could swoop in soon. And DauT is just here out in the middle of nowhere. And he doesn't really know exactly where Viper's going to come, but he knows that Viper's going to come from somewhere. Oh my god, there's darkness surrounding him. Terrifying feeling, I imagine. What a funny situation from DauT's point of view. Look at that. You just don't see this. Viper's running this way, so he might expect some of the pressure comes in from that side. But Viper also sent villagers this way at some point. Viper's gonna TC over here. That's so funny to me. And finally, now Viper knows that DauT is redemption, and Viper just deletes the Siege Workshop. I want to see DauT convert every single one of Viper's houses here. That would actually affect Viper. And here we have a bear, a DauT villager, and a monk chasing Viper. Interesting scenario. Uh-oh, Viper's starting to siege push DauT's base, and DauT can't take gold. You kind of need gold to fund this push, so DauT needs to find damage, and he's going to go convert the market now. That was smart from Viper. This whole time, he hasn't been able to do significant damage to DauT, but now he can basically clear him. And so DauT needs to move. DauT needs to find something, and Viper's just running away. Viper's like, nope, not dealing with that. No, thank you. I do not want to deal with these monks coming to my base. He might, though, guys. He has 12 Lycav. Now, they're all in different spots, and this map looks ridiculous right now, but Viper's has to gather his forces and come try and kill this. This looks so funny. Viper's gonna lose the stables. Nice attack round from Viper, so the siege goes down. No siege now for DauT besides this elephant. DauT is hiding inside of his town center. Lycav here from Viper. Converts one monk. Or kills one monk. And now gets converted. What is this game? This is so stupid. Like, this is just Viper's. Why is he over here with so much eco? Like, that's what people would be saying if they just got here. This game is just chaos. And now DauT is town centering here. He's like, yeah, this is where I'm safe now. All right. And Viper's like, what the hell, man? That's my eco. Don't go building TC in my eco. And now's Lycav. Oh, DauT's bringing a relic and some vills and some siege. Uh-oh. 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 Problem, DauT. The vills have been found. These monks have been found. Viper's still being extremely patient with the main group of monks. He's like, I will deal with everything else first, And now these monks are feeling very isolated. And I think there's no way that DauT can stop this many Lightcap. There's no way. All these monks are bound to die. We're about to see the 4-0. I mean, DauT's got a lot of stone. Maybe he drops a castle somewhere, but how does he protect the vills? Okay, DauT is making a monastery next to Viper's TC so he can drop off a relic. It's just on paper, it's just such a funny thing, you know? It's just like these games are just so silly. And now the monastery is going to be denied. So it's a DauT monastery. And now DauT has come home to clear up his base that has no people in it anymore. So whoever put in the work order for this probably put in the wrong year or something. I don't know how this happens. But yeah, DauT's going to try and convert the tower. Let's go. Let's go. I'd love to know where Viper's Lycav are. I don't even know if Viper knows where his Lycav are. His brain is probably mush at this point. Watch the skirms hop out, though. Wait, what? Oh, Viper deleted it all. Oh, well, Viper, I wanted to show people it was possible. Makes sense, though. Viper now building his second TC on the other side of a denied monastery from DauT, and he's hunting for these monks. And DauT is hiding in the trees. 9 monks and an armored elephant walk into a bar. And DauT says, what the hell am I doing here? What am I doing here? What do I do from here? Hey, we drop a castle. We drop a castle. Okay. He's booming, guys. He's on a farm. I thought it was 2, but that one doesn't have a worker. Man, you think of monks, you think they just stay in their monasteries and they just, you know, worship and stuff. But these monks have been on the move. Get them some shoes. They've just got some, they're just at bare feet. Probably stepping on all types of rocks and thorns. It's probably so painful. This guy's going to go home. DauT is determined to get a relic. I do not think it's going to happen. His monasteries are just too far. Viper still being extremely patient because he knows he loses this game if he loses his cav. The score is confusing, actually. The score would make you think that DauT is very much in this game if you're Viper. Especially now that you see a castle and it, you know, the TCs from DauT. Viper gets devotion, though. And this will be the end of these monks. They are Bengali monks. They are very strong. But the Lycav will resist some conversion. And Lycav have attack upgrades and say goodbye to the monks. And say goodbye to DauT in Warlords 3. That has to be the finishing blow from him. Viper, 2 TCs, 3 TCs. Now his eco's just going to fly. And DauT will be so disappointed in this result. I really do think, you know, someone, obviously one person out of thousands, everyone's got their own opinions. I'm not saying everyone feels this way, but I just want to point out that with the exception of this game, of course, I really think DauT brought a solid level today. I do not think that DauT brought a level far below what I expected. I just, when I saw Viper play against Nikov, I was wondering how much of it was the Viper effect and how much of it was maybe Nikov being, you know, mind-gamed by Viper at times. Nikov also played incredible against him. It's just that Viper has just been a level or 2 higher every step of the way. DauT really has played well. And he's just not going to want to give it up here, guys. Maybe the Ratha could do it, low eco. The Viper does pretty much only have Lycav. But there's no way for DauT to truly harass Viper's eco, and Viper's chilling. If we're here long enough, DauT will lose this TC to a tower. We just need 330 more hits, and that will happen. Monk gets a conversion. That's worth it for Viper. And then he's got some monks around as well. Yeah, and like Dravidian monks are pretty trash, but you just need a couple of them to convert the Ratha. DauT can't afford to make much. And also, DauT probably doesn't think he's behind by 40 villagers. You might think he's behind by 20 because of the score. Score is really confusing. It might be because of how many conversions DauT got or something. Hey, salute in chat for the first relic collected by DauT this game. He's really worked hard to do that. Finally happens. And, yeah, I mean, Viper's probably confused. Viper's looked all over. Doesn't really see DauT in many areas. Sees DauT here. I think the longer this goes without DauT doing any real damage to Viper, the more Viper knows that this is all that DauT has. And second TC now for DauT. This game might actually go imp, depending on how DauT plays. It's like, lots of money on the line. Competitive players. Lots of pride. Even in loss, like, you want to have your pride and show a good result for your fans. So DauT, it's certainly been an entertaining series for the fans. I think, right, chat? It's been really fun. But Viper is not going to let it go past here. This will be a 4-0. Which, again, 4-0 versus Sneakov, 4-0 versus DauT. And Viper will be in the semifinals just like that. It's really hard for me when there's all these little dots all over the map. It's really tricky because I keep looking at the dots. I keep looking at these two blue stables thinking counterattack. Viper going to actually snag that relic. Somehow found that. I think in low eco approaches, Ratha could be pretty good. But I'm not sure when it's 84 villagers against 30. I will have to ask now what his plans were for this map if he wasn't down 3-0. Like, maybe this was his initial strat. But Bengalis for this map, a little surprising to me. If you're wondering what counts as Ratha, the answer is skirms. Your Vidians happen to have faster firing skirms, so Viper can just go skirms. He's dropping some ranges. Could go crossbow as well, honestly, and just outnumber, so. Alright, will this tower take out the town center before we have the end of the series? Yes or no, guys? I'm offering no reward for getting this correct. It was at 330 the last time I pointed it out. It's at 190 now. I'm leaning towards no, because I feel like Viper will make a skirm army, and then DauT will be discouraged. But I have also seen a lot of reasons for DauT to be discouraged, and we're still in the game. DauT is going to convert Viper's ranges now. You can't counter me if I take your buildings, bro. That's hilarious. He's actually switched his monks onto skirmishers now. So he's not converting the buildings anymore. I heard a ship. Viper made a demo there. Viper's picking off some monks from behind. Viper's getting ballistics for the skirms. Viper making more ranges. DauT's raiding in the back with Aratha. Yeah, DauT is still camping Viper's production. But Viper didn't have Bodcanero up till now, so he's going to have that in a moment. And Bodcanero skirms should be the answer. Keyword should. TC at 130 HP now. TC's going down. And the GG's called. And DauT drops the good luck. Yeah, I think, maybe some element of this was DauT thinking, well, hasn't been my day today. I've got to make this entertaining for the viewers, and I've got to do something extreme. And in all honesty, I think, like, of all the extreme strategies that DauT could have tried on this map, where you're right next to the opponent, picking Bengalis and going monks, not the worst, in all fairness. And I say that because there's not a lot of ways to get food after you've clicked up to Castle Age. That was the main problem for Viper. Like, Viper had mills around mill. Like, he was just taking deer everywhere. He lost his TC. He really just had to avoid the fights. And I appreciated the patience there from Viper, because sometimes if you force fights against the monks too early, especially the strong Bengali monks, you end up just losing everything. So Viper was the favorite coming into this series, and he showed a really strong level. I feel like the way Viper performed in game number 1, the way he performed in game number 2 and 3 was just high-level Viper, and then here he just had to adapt like crazy, all right? Here's the resources collected. We're going to listen in at least here on Twitch, or the interview with Viper that the host has given. But congratulations to Viper. He moves into the semifinals, and it really has never looked like he's been close to losing a game so far in Warlords 3.